Today's video, we're going to be checking out the Nintendo Amiibo. This is Metroid's Samus, Aran, and Metroid. Let's go ahead and take a tape measure. Samus Aran is about 3.5 inches in height, while the Metroid next to her is also about 3.5 inches, close to about 4 inches in height. Quickly having a look at the card that came included with Samus Aran and Metroid. There's the back of it right there. Apparently with these, you can use the Amiibo figures with Metroid, Samus Returns, and do the following. And then down below, you can unlock an Eon Reserve tank, mark the position of your closest Metroid on your app, view artwork from the original Metroid 2 Return of Samus, and challenge yourself with a fusion mode after beating the game. The figures themselves, found these at my local EB Games, which is, I guess, the Canadian equivalent of GameStop, and the set here was about $34. So you know they're a little bit more expensive, but I really do like the look here of both Samus, and finally getting ourselves a Metroid is pretty cool as well. Already had picked up a Samus at one point. This one here is a lot smaller, mind you, and this one's more of a kind of a walking pose. Here you have a much larger looking Samus, crouched down in a more, iconic look, holding the one arm, and then she's got her blaster up in the air there. There's absolutely no posability to these to speak of. Underneath you've got the Amiibo. And you've got the little logo on the top there, which I don't know if you can make out or not. It's a little bit harder to see. This one here also, the original Samus that I had, was for the Super Smash Brothers. So it's got the Super Smash Brothers base there. Coloring is about the same, although it feels like it's a much richer sort of coloring here on the newer Samus. Much darker reds. Very similar colors, but a little bit richer, like I said, in the golds and the yellows and stuff like that. It's got a really nice look, a nice flow to it. I really digging the design of this particular one. Also, the big cool addition here is the additional Metroid piece. Now the Metroid comes in a broken canister in which it has freed itself. And one thing I really wasn't expecting was that the Metroid is a softer rubber. You've got in the inner workings of the Metroid, but the outer casing is a softer rubber, and I really think that's a neat touch that they went with that rather than making it, a denser plastic. Got some really cool details there with the little kind of hooked talons, the hooked fangs underneath. And you got some additional grays there, kind of dry brushed in there as well. The canister is a little bit of a denser plastic. Got some nice cracks all in it where the Metroid has freed itself, and some little tubing and stuff down below, some broken ground. And on the underside, once again, you've got the Amiibo and Nintendo down below. Ideally, they could have also sold these sets separately, but it seems to be the case a lot of times with the Amiibos that they pair like an accessory character, so to speak, along with the main character. I would have probably easily picked up the Metroid on its own. I would have probably easily picked up Samus Aran also on her own. So it's really a nice combination to get both of these, in a box set. Again, the price point's a little bit more expensive. It's about $35 ultimately that I paid for these, along with the tax on top of that. But, I guess breaking that down, it works out almost to be about $40 for the both, about $20 a piece. So, unfortunately, like the Amiibos are a little bit more expensive. They don't really do a whole heck of a lot. In all honesty, I don't ever really use them in-game to unlock any of the unlockables. Generally, I just pick them up to display them. From a display standpoint, I think they actually look really neat, and it's nice to get another updated, kind of new version release of Samus here. I believe this set is relatively new, so if you are looking to pick this set up for yourself, you could probably find them at, well, I found them at EB Games. You could probably find it at stop as well, and probably perhaps some instances you might be able to find them maybe at Toys R Us's and Walmart's and stuff like that. But I ultimately found this at EB Games. Glad I was able to go in. I was actually going in for all other reasons. I was going in to pick up a game to see if they had it. And from time to time, I look at the Amiibos just to see if there's anything cool. I'm not a diehard collector of Amiibos. There's really only certain characters that I find myself wanting to pick up. I wouldn't pick up every single incarnation, for example, of Samus, not every incarnation of Mario, but then when it comes every once in a while, when you get a pretty cool looking set like this one, couldn't resist, and I definitely had to pick it up. Today, though, we were having a look at the Nintendo Amiibo. This was the Metroids, Samus Aran, and a very cool looking Metroid. If you guys haven't had a chance to hit that little subscribe button down below, make sure you do so. Of course, more videos will be coming your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time.